Hey everyone, this is Edison Guzman with Adria Gross of MetWise Insurance Advocacy. How are you, Adria?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Yes, excellent. Okay, we've done a couple of videos already. We've answered a lot of questions already, okay? But today we're going to talk about denied medical claims, okay? We're going to talk about, I know that you're an expert. Like at one point you actually did it. You used to deny it. Now you're on our side. So you're helping people. Okay, so tell me about reasons. What are there specific reasons why they would deny a medical claim?
Hey, look, you collect money, you want to make money, so why should I pay your claim? Because we'll lose money.
Well, that's a good reason, but you can't just say, hey, we're going to lose money, we're not going to pay your claims.
Well, that's why it happens.
So how do they justify it?
They turn around and say, was that really medically necessary?
That's a good one, yeah.
Or they're going to say, depending upon the policy you have, you might have a Susan saying, this was pre-existing. Or they might say to you, you have an HMO policy and you saw a doctor who was out of network.
Oh, that's a doozy right there.
Yeah.
Now, do they ever make errors, like coding errors or something like that, where they put in the code should be 100 and they put 99 or something like that?
Well, I got to tell you, what I see very often is they duplicate. They have a procedure code. If you ever see, you've got to really be aware of this. When they see the same procedure code for the same date, be aware of this, because that should only be one procedure code for that date. The only way you might need to is you have modifiers. They have a 5-digit number for your procedure code, and your modifier might be right and left. So they can charge you the same amount for the right side and the left side. And that's the only time that, you got to really look at that. But otherwise, if you see a procedure code for the same day, just look at those modifiers, which is a 2-digit number or letter or a combination after your 5-digit procedure code, and that can tell you a lot. But they very often make mistakes like that. Or sometimes you might get a bill for services that were never rendered. Yeah. So you got to be really aware of this.
So do people pay these bills when they're if I get a bill in the mail,
Yeah.
I'm gonna question it. Do people actually pay it first and then you're trying to get their money back?
Well, you should look at it once you get that bill, see what the procedure codes were,
Okay.
and see what's going on. The other thing that I can say that happened, I don't see it as much now, but you're a man and you get a bill for a vaginal examination.
I hope not.
Oh yeah, and sometimes that happens where they don't code it correctly.
Oh.
Okay.
Have you had any cases like this?
Yes, I have.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, that's the only way I know. Or I get a bill because I had a procedure for prostate cancer. Hello?
Well, I mean, we're not going to go deeper into that one. Okay? So let's talk about success rates, okay? If someone is battling their own battle, right? Because I know one thing you tell people all the time is, don't give up the fight, which I love that you do that.
Yeah.
So how long should I give it? Well, before calling you, right? How much effort should I put into getting my denied claims paid?
Well, look, when you get an explanation of benefits, it says on that explanation of benefits, usually, not always, but if you don't agree with their decision, you can contact them and try and work it out with them. Now, usually when you go back to the insurance companies, it's 2 or 3 tries before you can go to the state. So people will try that, or they'll call me up and say, hey Adria, how do I appeal this? Can you help me? I can always tell them, hey look on your policy, it will tell you what to do, or look on your explanation of benefits, it's going to tell you how to appeal it. But if you have problems, you're like, oh my God, how do I do this? What should I do? I have to say I've helped a lot of people in overturning the cases, but some of those commercial insurance companies, they keep on denying you. So what you need to do is then you can call me and I'll give you the next step. If you need help, I will help you with that. Because it's best if you can go to the state. If you have a self-funded, self-insured ERISA plan, you work for this large corporation, they might say, we can't help you. And then they're going to send you to the Department of Labor.
So I know that in the past you've also said that people first they buy your book, they go on Amazon, they get your book, and then they try to do it themselves, and then they give you a call. So like after they give you a call, and let's say they hire you, right? Because there are different levels of how they can hire you. But what's your success rate? Like typically, as a percentage, is there such a thing? Or
I
like,
would say, believe it or not, because look, before I even take on a case, I think to myself, can I overturn this case? You know, what are my real thoughts on this? And I have to say, I would say at least 90% are overturned.
90%.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because
Okay.
all that from the experience, you know, knowing what goes on. Yeah.
Well, it's good that you actually asked the question. You ask yourself, you filter out the cases mentally before
Right.
you say, yes, I'm going
Right.
to try to help you.
Right.
Because no one wants to put all that time and effort. You're not just there to get people's money. You're
Right.
there to know that you can actually help them.
Absolutely.
Yes, and I know that sometimes you say, hey, listen, here's what you can do, and if you need more help, just go and buy my book. And then that book itself helps them, guides them through pretty much everything that they need sometimes.
Right. Right.
But when I know that you've told me, you know, you have someone that owes $200,000. It's going to be a lot better to just hire someone like you that you can navigate those waters much better.
Yeah, a lot of people have tried it on their own, and it gets to a point where they just give up because they're not getting anywhere. You know, and I'm just so grateful that when I can prove that there's no way that that person's ever going to be able to have that much money to pay for the bill, that there are people out there with hearts. Thank God.
Yeah,
Hearts.
absolutely. Yes.
I'm wearing my heart today.
Yes, it's a nice heart. So here's a question for you now. Will appealing or trying to get your money back from the insurer, from the hospitals, from whatever, does that hurt your credit history? Does it help it? Does it affect it in any way?
I've never seen that happening, but the issue is that if you can't afford to pay that bill and you never pay it and you never get it written off, it's gonna be on your credit unless it's under $500, or unless sometimes your state might not allow that to go to your credit at all. So you can call the state and ask them. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know you're an advocate of people, you know, being in the fight and, you know, doing everything themselves and then, you know, finally getting back to you. So if someone just wanted to, you know, pick your brains, if they just wanted to run something by you, do you accept that?
Maybe 10 minutes.
I know.
My time is valuable.
Yes, I know
you
you're all over the place. You're doing speaking engagements, you're on TV, you're on the radio, you're podcasting, you're everywhere. I mean, like, this is great because you're helping so many people out there. So if someone needed to contact you, like, how would they do that? What's the best way?
Call me, 845-978-9493. I do answer the phone on the weekends if I'm able to, and don't call me at night, but please call me, 845-978-9493, and I am here to help you.
Yes, and your website has a lot of videos just like this one, right? And you have, actually you have close to 200 videos on that website. I don't know if you realize that. There's a lot of videos on there. A lot of case studies and how you actually have helped other people. And what every single time I see one of those videos, it's pretty much you saying, hey, stay in the fight, don't give up. Whether you hire me or not, this is your money.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, even if it gets to a point that we cannot get it paid, then we start negotiations. So just remember that. I'm always here to help you, and even with the negotiations, thank you, I'm able to save a lot of money for people.
Excellent. Well, we're going to leave it right there, Adria. Again, a lot of great questions answered. We're going to do a whole bunch of these, a whole lot more of these things because we need to get the word out there about what you do and the way things are changing in the industry right now. I think people are going to need your help a lot more in the future than they do right now, even though I hope that you can take the business and you can help people and continue to do what you're doing, even through these videos.
Thank you.
You know, I appreciate this, and I'm going to see you at the next video.
Thank you so much.
All right. I'll see you guys next time as well.